Abdel Basset is from Egypt. He has a wrestling background and is a two-time African wrestling champion. He fights out of Cairo and is taking the smart cage for the first time in the PFL. His last fight was on November 22nd of last year, a TKO in the first round on Mohammed Said at OFC 3. So he is amped and ready to make his PFL debut here tonight.
You know, Chris, what's very interesting to me in this fight is that they have actually fought each other, but then in a different sport. They fought each other in combat sambo, and both of them are African combat sambo champions. BADREDDINE Diani has got 9 championships on his name, and Ahmed Abdel Basset got 4 championships on his name, but supposedly he beat Diani in that first fight they had in combat sambo, but he got a yellow card, so the fight went to BADREDDINE Diani. Very interesting to see the rematch in MMA tonight.
Yeah, a rematch, as you said, in a different discipline. One of the, maybe the most intriguing storyline about this matchup specifically, Ahmed, the Egyptian Eagle, Abdel Basset, with a somersault into the smart cage. A soft-spoken guy, but a lot of energy as he gets ready to make his PFL debut.
والآن نتعرف على الخصم يقاتل من الزاوية الحمراء وهو بدرالدين دياني.
BADREDDINE, the Dream Chaser Diani, with an 8-3 record, 29 years old. How about this, a 9-time African Combat Sambo champion from 2016 to 2024, a streak that he kept alive, Stefan, with that win over Ahmed Abdel Basset, albeit because of a yellow card on Abdel Basset, as you mentioned.
Yeah, and I'm happy we get to see BADREDDINE Diani back, because last year he was forced out of the PFL MENA season with an injury, but he looked really good in the first round. He actually beat the guy who got that incredible knockout in the fight before this one, Ahmed Fazli, the man with the big overhand right. So he beat him. He was supposed to go to the semifinals, but got injured, and now he's back, and really looking forward to seeing him back in his tournament, especially with what I just said, the rematch, but then in a different sport against Ahmed Abdel Basset.
And it was Diani's takedowns that played a big role in his win in his last fight against Ahmed Fazli at PFL MENA 2 almost 1 year ago. However, in this matchup against Abdel Basset, he's got a guy that also is a takedown specialist as well. So will strength negate strength? We'll have to see who has the better takedown defense in this matchup. The Dream Chaser with a bow enters the PFL smart cage. And take a look at the tail of the tape between these two fighters. BADREDDINE Diani with a height and a length noteworthy for this weight class. He's tall, and an arm reach, I should say, that's noteworthy for this weight class. Tall with long arms. He has the advantage in height and arm reach over Ahmed Abdel Basset Darwish.
Welcome to this welterweight bout in PFL MENA 2, live from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Riyadh. First up, in the blue corner, بطل افريقيا في السامبو 4 مرات وبطل القارة في المصارعة والجيتسو مرتين, making his PFL debut tonight, and his official weight is 178 pounds, and he's fighting out of Cairo, Egypt. It is Ahmed, the Egyptian Eagle, Abdel Basset. وخصمه في هذا النزال يقاتل من الزاوية الحمراء. He is the 2024 PFL MENA semi-finalist وبطل افريقيا في السامبو 9 مرات 4 من اصل 8 انتصارات جاءوا عن طريق الاخضاع ووزنه الرسمي 169.4 باوند and he's fighting out of Casablanca, Morocco. It's BADREDDINE, the dream chaser Diani. وحكم هذا النزال darwish.
Two elite grapplers on display in this welterweight bout, part of the PFL MENA tournament. Quarterfinal action, winner moves on to the semifinal. Diani with the red gloves and the bleached hair. Abdelbasset in the blue gloves and dark shorts. They exchange leg kicks, a couple in Diani's case, and we are underway. You notice already the height and the reach advantage of Diani, who jabs with the left.
Yeah, they look a weight class apart, Chris. Diani's so much bigger, and he's already landed a beautiful jab. There's a right hand. He does a really good job of moving away after he lands his punches.
Abdelbasset darwish over a pound heavier than Diani at weigh-ins. Diani checked in below 170. Darwish just under the 171-pound limit.
You gotta respect that weighing in under 170.
With the takedown try.
His height. Takedown attempt by Darwish. He's got an underhook, but gets denied so far by Diani. Both are incredible wrestlers, so these wrestling exchanges are going to be very interesting.
It was Abdelbasset who decided to try the takedown attempt first, and a long punch with the left hand upward by Diani, who
look at that, drops down for a single leg. He switches to a high crouch and gets him down briefly to take the back of BADREDDINE Diani.
And Abdelbasset caught an elbow there from Diani as he gets to his feet.
Good defensive work there by Diani to break the grip of Darwish. He fought the wrist, and he's back to striking range where I think he wants to be in this fight.
He's got the reach advantage, as you can see right there.
He's got a beautiful stiff jab there a couple times already in his opening round.
Working with the left again.
Oh, misses with a big right hand there.
Big right from Darwish goes begging.
Yeah, he misses with a big right hand there, a looping right hand.
Leg kicks exchanged.
Good distance control here by Diani. Controls the distance with his jab, with his footwork, and with his oblique kick so far. There's that stiff jab to the body again. A slip there by Darwish, I think. Trying to land that big right hand again, but Diani denied him, moved out of the way, and Darwish looking for the takedown again, just like he did earlier in the opening round.
Both fighters good in takedowns and takedown defense, and you're looking at Amir Fazli watching on in the lower right-hand corner of your screen. Fazli with a knockout win in our previous fight awaits the winner of this fight in the semifinal of the PFL MENA welterweight tournament.
Could be very interesting.
Right hand try by Diani.
Yeah, he could fight Diani again in the semifinals after BADREDDINE Diani beat Fazli in the opening round last year.
Diani drops his hands. Abdelbasset working in.
Darwish with an overhand again, but he doesn't step in. He just swings his overhand.
Diani with the left jab.
Yeah, nice left jab by Diani. Good takedown defense. Good job done there by Diani to get his hips back, but good job by Darwish to keep pushing to get Diani to the fence, and that way there is no getting your hips out of there anymore.
Abdelbasset Darwish's nose looking a little red as this first round wears on. 1 minute to go now.
Yeah, the jab did some damage there, Chris.
snapped his head straight back, and now trying to close the distance and nearly with a takedown.
Darwish trying to trip
And
him.
almost gaining the back of Diani.
Yeah, he got denied, but he takes it back. Beautiful job done there by Darwish. He's so quick and switching from takedown attempt into switching to the back of Diani. But Diani is doing a really good job defensively so far.
Very even fight. Nearly 1 round complete.
Very even in the wrestling, but definitely Diani, who's controlling the stand-up from his distance, not allowing Darwish to get close and land those bombs on him.
From the clinch, Darwish with a quick takedown throw attempt, and they have to be separated at the bell. So maybe, Stefan, you would give the first round to Diani because of what he was able to do from a striking standpoint.
Yeah, definitely. He was the much better fighter in the stand-up. He controlled the distance. He controlled the pace. Landed a couple of beautiful jabs, and he denied most of the takedowns of Abdelabas. Here's that jab, I think. Yeah, I think that's the jab that did the damage. Trips Diani here. But Diani does a great job at defending and popping right back up.
And some ice packs administered to Ahmed Abdelbasset Darwish, who is, even with he's 30 years old, with this extensive amateur career as a 2-time African wrestling champion and African Sambo champion. This is just his 5th pro fight. He didn't turn pro until 2023. Diani has been a pro much longer, since 2016, with an extended stint in the UAE Warriors promotion, where he is 4-3. Big left again for Diani as we get underway in the second round. A left attempt, I should say. But now Darwish opening some things up. Landing a right. Diani with his back to the cage.
By Darwish.
Throwing haymakers right now for both these grapplers.
Bombs by Darwish over the top, catches Diani yet again. A lot of damage in the second round done by Darwish.
Abdelbasset emptied the tank.
Another big swing there by Darwish. Diani is hurt, it seems like.
He's hurt, but Darwish is using a lot of energy.
A ton of energy, lands a big leg hook though. Diani was going for the takedown now and put Darwish on his back for the first time this fight. Just to remind you, Chris, the second round had started.
That's a perfect time to mention we haven't seen a 3rd round yet tonight. The first 4 fights have all ended in the 2nd round.
And it seems like these guys want to keep that going. I think both these guys are bleeding. There's no way they are not bleeding after that first minute of the second round. Oh, beautiful sit out there by Darwish. Beautiful way to counter. Reverses the position and takes the back of Diani yet again.
Diani bleeding from the nose. And both fighters gasped for being encouraged to move it along. Yeah, it's crazy.
I think they were in this position for 2 seconds, and he told them to move and do something. Good job by Darwish to grab a hold of the foot and put Diani on his back, but the defense on the ground and in the wrestling so far in this fight from Diani has been excellent.
And you see Fosley in the lower right-hand corner early scouting on his future opponent. He's already thinking, well, I'm going to have to continue working on my takedown defense in my next fight camp, that's for sure.
Takedown defense, movement, and then those bombs, the power that he possesses. No matter who he fights from these two, it's going to be an incredible semifinal.
Well, both these fighters were doing their best Amir Fosley impersonations to start the second round. Diani with a couple of love taps with the left, and Darwish responding with some close-range dirty boxing of sorts. Big knee from Diani there.
Diani with double underhooks looking for the takedown, but Darwish physically very strong. Easily pummels back under and gets his own underhook. Diani breaks and lands a couple good shots there.
Abdelbasset Darwish breathing heavy.
Yeah, both these guys spend a ton of energy in the first minute of the second round. And they got a minute 40 left to keep the trend going of finishes in the second round today. Darwish looking for the overhand again. Good job by Diani to move out of the way. Darwish looking at his corner, and there, Diani catches him with a good shot.
Boy, that was dangerous for Abdelbasset. He took a left jab there.
Yeah, beautiful jab again by Diani. I want to see more of that. He needs to pop that out more and more because he's landing with it. He's keeping Darwish at bay with it. Working very good for him.
Well, usually you want to see more action in a sprawl or grappling situation. Now you almost want to see more action here with both fighters clearly fatigued standing up. There's a left from Diani, and he follows it up with a right.
Beautiful straight right, and Darwish keeps looking at his corner, it seems like. Maybe he's looking at the clock, but he's really tired. Oh, good kick there by Diani. What a fight so far.
Abdelbasset has to make something happen here late in the second round to just make sure that he wins this round after a fast start.
Oh, he's exhausted. The way he dropped down for that takedown, he doesn't have much left in the tank. Good news for him, though. He's 15 seconds removed from the break for the third round. Slap to the air of Darwish, and those really hurt. It's easier to do damage from that close distance with the open end than with the fist, believe it or not, especially when you connect to the air.
There was a lot of action, especially early in the second round. Take a look.
Oh, the opening minute. Oh, look at the overhand right. The opening minute of this second round was madness. Then Diani catches Darwish, but it was the overhand from Darwish that started to hurt him for Diani. Then Diani started to swing back. Darwish struggles to close the distance a lot of times in this fight, but if Diani didn't have the fence in his back over there, he would have gone down.
I was just thinking that same thing, that it was the cage that was propping up Diani on a couple of those hits he took from Abdelbasset.
Huge right hand there by Diani.
Run around.
Well, what is this, Stefan? It's a third round. I almost forgot what these were. It's the first time we've gone to the third round in our 5 fights tonight.
And especially after a second round like that, it comes down to who wants it most, who wants to fight the hardest to win this fight, who can dig the deepest.
And what's related to that, who's got the best cardio endurance, right?
Oh yeah, 100%. But both these guys are really well-trained athletes, of course. Both of them spend a ton of energy, so it definitely comes down to willpower and the mental side of the game in the third round of this fight, in my opinion. Oh, there's the overhand again by Darwish.
Diani holds back at a leg kick and a left.
More jabs from Diani. He controls the distance, and he controls the pace of the fight with that jab.
Abdelbasset trying to get into the pocket here with a left hook.
Hey, he caught him with it. Huge right hand there by Diani, but misses. Darwish trying to close the distance again.
That right from Diani we saw a moment ago was a changeup. He's been doing a lot of work with his left. Takedown attempt, Darwish, he ran into the fence.
Yeah, good sprawl by Diani. Good job to get out of the way, but Darwish got an underhook and got Diani up against the fence again.
Don't the cage.
Darwish trying to drop down, but Diani doing a good job with his right hand with that whizzer to keep him up. Darwish trying to hook the leg, but gets denied by Diani.
Welterweight bout, third round. Winner moves on to the semifinal of the PFL MENA tournament.
Good job done there by Diani to get out of the way. Darwish get back to the center of the cage. I want to see that jab popping again. He did a lot of damage with his left jab, Diani.
Well, Diani was bleeding from the nose in the second round, and now Abdelbasset Darwish has opened up here from the right eye.
Yeah, that eye was already damaged in the second round, and he took more damage in his third round. Difficult fight to score, though, Chris. I'm happy we're commentating and not scoring this fight.
I'm happy I'm commenting and not fighting this fight. It has been a knockdown, drag-out fight in a very literal way. Both fighters bleeding. Amir Fazli looking on.
Darwish definitely struggles with the distance now. Good right hand by Diani. Then Darwish dropped for the takedown, but good sprawl by Diani after that. Catches him with the right. Oh,
Big
overhand right by Darwish. A minute 30 left. Who has got most left in the tank?
Abdelbasset saying, come and get it, and Diani delivers a 1-2 combo. Darwish ducks out of the way.
Misses with a big left hand, but Darwish walking him down again, looking to land those bombs yet again.
Come and get it again, Darwish says.
He's got no guard
1-2.
at all. He's walking forward with his hands down. Looking for a slugfest with Diani. Now Diani is landing big bombs on Darwish. What a fight. Chris has been second round finishes so far, but I don't mind this fight going 3 rounds. What a war.
Darwish just caught another massive right from Diani, continuing to move forward. Left jab, Diani. Left jab, Darwish, and they embrace.
He's looking to land that big overhand again, but he misses. He doesn't do a great job of stepping in with his punches. He's walking Diani down, but still struggling with the distance kept by Diani.
Will we go to the judges' scorecard for the first time tonight? Less than 20 seconds. Mouth guard, I think,
Together.
came out.
Seconds left.
Was leaning on Diani for support. Time called again. Abdelbasset pointed back to the corner. Neutral corners for both fighters.
Okay. You can fight. Watch your knees, okay? Mouth cut in. Okay.
That right eye very swollen for Abdelbasset. And there's the bell. A fight goes the distance and takes a toll on both men. We'll see what the judges decide.
What a war. What a fight. Both guys had to dig deep. But for the first time today, we make it to the end of the third round. And I do not mind this fight going to full 3. What a war it was.
You know, Abdelbasset, the more demonstrative of the two fighters, but I think he'll need to do some convincing for the judges. Diani, to me, Stefan, had the more even fight distributed over all 3 rounds.
Yeah, he was definitely more constant, also in my opinion, but it was definitely Darwish who landed the bigger shots now and then. He had some big moments, but most of the fight it was Diani who controlled the distance, who controlled the pace, but a very hard fight to score.
So after the judges take in the first 4 fights, they get a real challenge to score here between Badreddine Diani and Ahmed Abdelbasset Darwish. The Moroccan flag already draped around the dream chaser Diani like a cape. He thinks the fight is his. Will it be the Egyptian eagle, Ahmed Abdelbasset Darwish? Badreddine Diani trying to keep chasing his dream in the PFL MENA welterweight tournament. We await our decision, and when we have one, we'll rejoin Saif Al-Naji inside the smart cage.
The fight has taken its full distance with 3 rounds of non-stop action right here at PFL MENA 2. And with that, we head to the judges' scorecard for decision. All 3 judges have scored 29-28. And the winner, ladies and gentlemen, live from Riyadh by unanimous decision, from the red corner, representing Morocco, Badreddine Dream Chaser Diani.
So what makes this very compelling as we look ahead to the semi-final, a disappointed Abdelbasset Darwish looks on. We have a rematch in store between Badreddine Diani and Amir Fazli. There is Fazli, who is through to the semi-final. Fazli lost to Diani at PFL MENA 2 1 year ago in the quarterfinal on July 12th. They'll meet in the semi-final now here in 2025. Great storyline as the welterweight bracket begins to fill in for PFL MENA's tournament. So it will be Badreddine Dream Chaser Diani from Morocco, Amir the Prince Fazli from Iran in the semi-final. And they will have a semi-final face-off inside the smart cage as the countdown to the Diani Fazli 2 fight is now underway. Fazli with a thunderous knockout in his quarterfinal win, and Diani with a grinded-out, full-distance bloodbath, unanimous decision win over Abdelbasset Darwish. A tentative handshake, and wry grins from both. You remember me? They do now. One final prolonged head shake.
Fazli showed a ton of improvement.
We'll send it inside the smart cage to Ali
that.
Alawam, who's standing by with Badreddine Diani.
بدر، انتصار كبير، قتال اكثر من رائع شفناه قدامنا. هل توقعت هذا الشيء من عبد الباسط ولا لا؟
صراحة مصدمني، ما توقعتش انه يلعب بالقوة. انا عارف فات لعبت معه من قبل ودارسو مزيان، ولكن لما كتلعب مع واحد ما عندوش ما يخسر، كيبغي يدير اي حاجة باش يربح ويبين واحد المستوى. حيت كون ربحني اليوم غادي ياخذ الاسم ديال بدر الدياني وغادي يبان، ولكن الحمد لله ربحت. وبغي نوضح انني محضر لهذا الفايت من غير مدربي عبد العال اللي كان معايا في مباراة فضلي حاليا في السويد، وبنتدرب مع بعض بس بالفيديو، بيعطيني بروغرام وبدرب. بس بوعدكم ان شاء الله في السيمي فاينل الفاينل راح تشوفوا بدر الدين مختلف باذن الله، والفوز حيكون من نصيبي، والحزام هذه السنه باذن الله الواحد الاحد راح يكون من نصيبي باذن الله.
I have asked Badr about what he's feeling after fighting Abdel Basit, and he said fighting against someone who's like nothing to lose is tough. But he wanted to beat BADREDDINE Diani, and he couldn't reach to that. I'm planning to get the belt, even though I was struggling to prepare for this fight, as I didn't have my coach through it. بدر قبل شوي شفنا الفيس اوف مع امير فضلي، ايش رسالتك كانت له؟
رسالتي لأمين فضلي، قلت له بأن لا شيء راح يتغير. النتيجة اللي كانت في الكارت فينال تاع السنة اللي فاتت هو اللي راح يكون بإذن الله، وهذه المرة راح يكون أحسن. أمين فضلي نتمنى يحضر كويس ويشتغل على الأغلاط ديالو اللي عمل، وأنا إن شاء الله غادي نزيد نطور من راسي والفوز راح يكون من نصيبي.
His message to Amir Fazli: this year results is going to be different than last year. For sure, I'm going to be prepared very well for this fight, and I'm going to be the champ by the end of it. شكرا لك بدر، كل التوفيق.
كلمة كنبغي نشكر ناسنا واخواتنا اهل السعودية اللي كيرحبوا بينا دائما، والحمد لله هذه رابع زيارة ليا، وكنحس براسي والله العظيم إلا بحال في بلدي، ومرحبا بكم في المغرب، وحنا والسعودية خاوة، وكنبغيكم بزاف. I love you all.
كل التوفيق مرة أخرى بدر الدين دياني.
Diani returns to the PFL MENA welterweight tournament semifinal. It's a guy who started his pro career 2-0 and then took a 3-year layoff from the sport. Now improves to 9-3 with another win over the Egyptian Eagle, Ahmed Abdel Basit Darwish. Remember, they faced off in the African Sambo Championship. They face off inside the smart cage. Diani prevails in both of those matchups, and Diani now goes from one rematch to another as he will square off against Amir Fazli at the PFL MENA welterweight tournament for this.